Our first comic tonight. We went to school together, and I'm so stoked that we now get to do comedy together. Please give it up for Brian Keister.
Good evening. My neighbors got nosy while I was doing some edging on my lawn. I asked them to join me. No one came. I hate running into people I used to work with. Very rarely is there any kind of pleasure involved there. No matter how innocuous the encounter, I hate it. A few weeks ago, an ex-coworker comes up to me at some bullshit event. I had my kids with me. He had his with him. Turned out my eldest went to school with his youngest, so I was held hostage. After pleasantries were exchanged and exhausted, I see this light bulb go off over his head, and he says, "Oh, hey, you like fun facts? I just read on the internet, did you know that sugar is the only word in the English language that starts with an SH sound for an SU?" Pause for a minute. Are you sure about that? Yeah, pretty sure. When I started stand-up about 9 months ago, a lot of my comedy focused on my father. You know, take him down a peg or two. But these days, pegging my dad doesn't really appeal to me. I like to have things like just right. I wouldn't necessarily call myself like a stickler, you know, or whatever, but I do have some strong opinions, and a lot of them with a juvenile twist. Like, what's the perfect temperature? Anyone? 69. You got it. What's the perfect speed to drive? 69. We got a new pope, Leo the 14th. How old is he? 69. Hell yeah. We got an American pope. Sounds like late 80s, early 90s comedy. In a world divided by growing inequality and heightened racial tension, the old pope has passed. Fathers, it is time we elect a new pope. Someone to unify us. Someone new. Someone bold. Someone American. They found someone new and wholly unqualified. What do you mean this is Italian pizza? Jesus H. Christ! From out of Chicago and into your heart comes American Pope. But you don't get it. I only became a priest to get away from the mafia. But a car with bulletproof glass, that I can get behind. He's looking for a new start, right in the public eye. I'm sorry, Your Holiness, but you've given up shellfish for Lent. You made an official announcement. But here's a picture of you in the morning paper eating lobster. Actually, I said being selfish. For some reason, Two Princes starts playing. Ba-ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da, da-da-da-da-da. Close-up of new pope tossing fried shrimp into the cardinal's mouth. Record scratch flash cut to Pope skeet shooting from the Vatican balcony. Pull! From the team that brought you King Ralph comes the feel-good comedy of this papacy, starring Christopher Lee as Cardinal Pietro. Mother Teresa, maybe you can talk some sense into this radical new pope. Marissa Tomei as Mother Teresa.
Leave it to me, Father. I know how to handle it.
Critics are calling it heavenly like the second coming. Oh, holy mother, you've done it again. He is risen and coming again. And John Goodman as American Pope. When the world doesn't make sense anymore, it is time for America to have a direct connection to God. American Pope, coming fall of '93. I became a dad later in life. I'm 42 years old. I have 3 kids. 4, 7 months old, and 11 years old, the bonus one. My 7-month-old is my little twin. He's got my hair, my eyebrows, my beard. Even has my ball hair. Seriously, my infant child has scrotal hair. It's got pubes. It's benign. It happens only in roughly 1% of infants. It's called transient scrotal hair, which sounds like something you'd find on Burnside. Or to be on Bend in the West Side pub. But, you know, it's not like something you'd find on a baby scrotum. It's actually gone now that he's 9 months old. Fun fact. It's transient. All right, so I do like fun facts. There's been, I'm sure, there's been a cultural shift these days, getting away from getting boys circumcised, and I'm all for it. I happen to be uncircumcised and an early adopter, you see, right on the cutting edge. It isn't common for men my age to be unnipped, and I happen to have been a number of women's first uncut cock. This has its benefits and headaches. First, let's talk some benefits. They're curious, often hesitant, coy, blushing. It's cute, it's sweet, it's fun. They love it. They play with it, stretch it out, blow it up like a balloon. Pretend it can talk. Be careful, I spit. It's fun, less lube required for both parties. Great stuff. Now let's talk some headaches. Too tentative. They're just shy. Especially at first. Dicks are built for abuse. We've been doing it since we're 13 years old. If a guy is too sensitive down there, he will tell you. Also, women don't know jack about men's bodies. It goes both ways. It's like so many women complain that men don't know about the female anatomy. Women don't know jack shit about male anatomy. Like, I was asked one time if the head of my penis held urine. Is it a sponge? Nope, comes out that little hole, just like yours. Lastly, I get to have uncomfortable conversations about hygiene. I've had to navigate things like, baby, you wash your dick immediately after sex. It's like you think I'm gross. No, sweetheart. I just like to keep up a level of penile hygiene because if I don't, I'll end up like a fucking Bluebell flavored Laughing Cow cheese wedge. Let me peel back that foil skin. Call me Richard Wisconsin with all this dick cheese I'm packing. Candida, smell that yeast. Candida albicans. Wash after sex, earlier the better. It's not a problem. Or you'll end up having to peel away the waxing coating off your seafood flavored Baby Bell end. My wife's, our middle schooler aged kid has been experimenting recently. And sadly, it took another kid's parents to tell me. I knew school friends were already doing it. We didn't fight it, but we did have, a talk to our daughter about this. We discussed it clearly. I don't know why they didn't come to us first. Was it peer pressure? I can't say. But I'll say this right now. We had our suspicions. There were actual signs. We saw it months ago in my sweet daughter's school bag a button pin with he, them pronouns. How confusing for us at home, though. Why not come to us directly? I think I knew the problem. She knew she wasn't rebelling against us. It wasn't a power play. She knew she could trust us with that, and we would support her. And the reason I still am saying she is because we did talk to her again, and she said, oh, no, I don't do that, which is fine. But talk about the most boring, innocuous, bland shit to experiment with as a kid. It's like, where's the hidden porn stash? Where's the bathroom cigarettes? Where's sneaking into your parents' liquor cabinet? Hell, some leaf litter and some matches? Anyway, we love her and her friends and all of them. Happy Pride.